Well, hello there again, beautiful people. Welcome to another fantastic build series. I've got a good one for y'all. We're going to have some fun on this build. But first thing I want to say is I want to wish each and every one of you a very happy Memorial Day, and I want to thank all of those who have served in the military of this beautiful country of ours that we all live in. I want to thank you so much for serving and sacrificing your life and sacrificing everything to help keep us safe and keep us protected. I just want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for coming on. And if you're just joining in, don't go away. I've got an intro coming up, and then I will see you in just a second. So we're gonna have some fun, y'all. Let's get started, okay?
Say up 00, about 3 minutes before VIP.
Air Force One Heavy SoCal, Roger. Speed your discretion. Go 3902, contact LA Tower on 133.9, see ya.
339, Scott 3902.
Air Force One, contact Los Angeles Tower, please. 133.9er, have a good day.
Air Force One, switch in tower, 133.9er, good day. LA Tower, Air Force One is ILS, runway 24 left. Air Force One, LA Tower, wind 250 at 10, runway 24 left, clear to land. Air Force One, clear land, runway 24 left. Air Force One, turn left, unable, taxi to park.
Sure, freight sounds good. Yeah, Air Force One is on the ground now.
Well, hey there, beautiful people. Welcome to another fantastic build series that I have for you. This is a very unusual build that I'm doing. This is not what you would call your regular conventional vintage model build. I guess in a few years it will be vintage if it's replaced, and in about maybe 10 or 15 years it will be considered vintage. But what this is the Dragon models. By Dragon is this Air Force One 747, 200, 400. I believe that's Dragon. That was their mistake why they put 400. I looked it up online. It is actually 200. But the person I got this off of from eBay, this kit, they marked that off and put 200 there. So I looked it up, make sure it is 200, the 747 200. But anyways, this model is meant to be to have cutaway. So the fuselage on this thing is clear, completely clear. I got two models of this. One is going to be fully painted. It's going to be completely painted, and the other one is going to be halfway clear cutaway, so you can see inside the interior. Which this thing has an absolute interior. It has a full interior. It has the cockpit. It has the radio room. It has the president's quarters. It has the press room, the kitchen, everything. It's got the restrooms. It's got everything in it. I mean, it's just absolutely completely detailed with tons and tons and tons and tons of detail. But if you don't know what this is, or if you're from another country, this is the Air Force One, which is our plane here in the United States, the president's plane actually, that he uses when he goes and does his business, from state to state or from country to country, however that goes. He uses this Air Force One, this plane, which has been around for, I think, since the 80s. And then if you look at the interior, it is very 90s-ish, a lot of browns and, kind of beige colors. I guess it's considered 90s, 80s, 90s, whatever. But I'm going to do two of these. So, like I said, one is going to be see-through. The other is going to be completely painted. And you may say, well, why would you want to paint it completely with all that interior there? Well, for me as a builder, people don't, other people wouldn't see it, but I would see it because I know what's in there because I built the thing, So, just as long as I know what's in there, I'm happy with it. So, but this is going to be my own personal build. I'm not going to put these on my eBay or anything. This is just going to be a personal thing for my own enjoyment. One thing that I can't get, this is a presidential plane, right? A United States presidential plane, probably one of the most supposed to be one of the most patriotic planes in the United States. Well, our colors are red, white, and blue, right? Well, how come there's no red? And to go with that, how come, not even the right blue? It's almost like a baby blue. And I know you got red there, you got the red there. Okay, give me a break. That's our flag. That's supposed to be there. But there is no red And there's no real color blue in there, which is kind of odd to me. It's got baby blues, you know, that retro, I think they call it robin egg blue or something, but it got gold trim, but there is no red. That's really interesting to me. So let me unbox this thing and just kind of show you some of the parts that this is that entails with this thing. Okay, so I got all the parts just kind of piled up right now. I just wanted to kind of show you some stuff real quick. There are different sections to this plane. And let's see. So what I'm wanting is this right here. This is the bottom section. This is the top section where the cockpit is, and that which actually goes right here. This little raised bump. I'll just call it bump. A little raised area up here is where this stuff is, and where all this is done. And so let me see if I can show you. Okay. So this is basically what it's supposed to kind of look like. There is your cockpit and your little I guess kind of your, I don't know, radar room or something, which is up here at the top. And then you've got the just really cool president's personal lounge and his office and stuff. Just really cool stuff. There is the conference room. Look at those little computers right there. My goodness. And then you've got, of course, those really famous lamps are just really cool. But let's see. So it's divided, I think, in 3 parts. Down here it is. So this is like I think the like no-no room for most people. And I think it stops about here. And then your other important officials, I think, is about to here, if I'm not mistaken. And all this is the situation room, the conference room. And these are some extra, I think, little lounge rooms where you're going to have some seats. But I digress. So, okay, this is his personal quarters. We got a little bed here, and you got some sofas and little benches and chairs and stuff here. And this is his bathroom right here, and it's got a little shower, and it's got little toilets, and even little sinks, because it's going to go right here. And then, of course, this is his office right here. So if you're familiar with the Air Force One, this should make a lot of sense to you. And then this here, I believe, is the kitchen right next to his office. How about that? So I believe this is his kitchen. And then these are some other rooms. I'm not really sure. We'll just have to kind of get through it, and then I will kind of know from there. But yeah, and this is the conference room. This is around back in here, I think, is where you get into the press area. And this is in blue. This is, the floors here, I think, are like dark beige color. And then the floors in the press area is like a light blue. And I think that light blue tells these people back here that they can't go no farther over here than where the blue line is. So I think the blue line starts about right there. It may be right there. I can't remember, but I will look and see online and just check that out. And then you got 2 little restrooms right here, which is this thing is so crazy detailed. And just got those bulkheads and rooms and stuff. So this is going to be a really nice build. I will get into the colors I'm going to use in just a minute, but it will vary, and I may have to do some mixing with the colors. So I believe I've gotten everything taken care of. Look at those little areas. Look at that, man. That's so cool. I'm sorry, I nerd out when it comes to interior stuff. I love interior. I love detailed interior stuff. It turns me on. Really turns me on. And I'm just kind of just looking through all this and looking at the many seats. Some seats are brown, dark brown. Some seats are gray. And some seats are even a light tan color, I believe. So I'll have to figure that out. Look at those computers right there. Isn't that crazy? How detailed can you get in that? And just little stuff like that. Really cool. Really cool stuff. So, and also the floor on this top up here is that light blue color, I believe. So I'll do that light blue. But everything else is gray. So what I will do is go ahead. I will paint this floor first, and then I will just kind of stick the walls and the seats and everything that goes here, stick those on next, because this is supposed to be gray. And I really, if I don't have to paint anything, especially since this thing ain't lighted, if I don't have to paint anything, I'm not going to paint it. And these things are molded in gray, so some seats are actually in gray. Some of them, like I said, are in a beige color. Some of them are in a dark brown color. So, but these up here are in a gray color, which is about the same color as this plastic. So I will not have to do any painting because I don't want to do any painting. I want to keep this thing as clean as I possibly can, especially it being so small like this. So okay, let me get into the painting stuff that I'm gonna be using, and then we will start getting to this build after I clean these things up, wash them, and put them in that detergent and wash these things up real good. Alrighty, so these are the wings that I just assembled. I got a lot of work cleanup to do when these things are dry. These aren't going to be too bad. They look pretty good. Like I said, I'm not going to do any seam work on those. I'm just going to leave that alone. But I do have some glue marks. See, right there. And a few right in there, and yeah, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do on this thing, but I should be able to clean it up with no problem with a little sandpaper. So, okay, so to show you what I've done so far, all the bulkheads I have painted the Tamiya buff color, which I think will be a good color for this thing. So all bulkheads, pretty much everything is painted the buff color, and I will go back and repaint other little things when I need to, like those, well, right here. Like these seats right here, those little sofas, those are going to be a brownish color. And I will leave, but everything else, I think I'll leave buff. And of course I have some tables I think I'll have to repaint gray and stuff. But, so that's what I did. Oh, also on these, what do you call them? The decks. This is the lower deck. This is the upper deck of one of them. And then another lower deck and an upper deck. Okay, so what this hole is about, I cut this out. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me get a fuselage. So on this fuselage, I am going to leave this unpainted from here to about where that gold stripe starts, which is about just under the windows, I believe. And this down here, of course, is all going to be painted, but this up here I'm going to leave clear. And I was debating on what to do because, you know, on this one, it's such a crazy wasted space. Because, you know, you ain't got nothing here, so, you know, I mean, and then just to leave this, you know, leave this unpainted. And if you were to paint it, I don't know if it'd look good having a little white top up here, then you got clear right here, and then you got the painted down here. So what I come up with is on this one, for the one that's going to be unpainted, which is this one, I am going to cut this out, this whole this little space right here, which used to look like this. And so I cut this out, so when it sits on top here, boom, you will be able to see right in there through this little area. So all this will be left unpainted and you'll be able to see it in there, which is just going to be awesome. And so that takes away that problem of having to paint this up here. And that being said, there will be no seam work being done up here. Thank God for that. Of course, this right here, I think I'm going to paint white. So let me show you the other fuselage that I just painted the primer. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, so this is the other fuselage for the other plane. This is the completely painted, or going to be the completely painted plane. I started off with the light gray surface primer, and then I ended it with the white primer. So this is primer. This ain't paint yet. This is just primer. And the inside, I of course did the buff just to kind of make it blend, because the only way you're going to be able to see in there is through these windows, and yeah, you may be able to see a little bit in there with a flashlight. And so that's that, and I'm gonna let that dry for a good while, and we'll get to that. So, and it's also got I think removable hatches, so you can, where it has like where it's open and then a closed hatch, which is really cool. And then over here I just got done, excuse this mess, you know, I always make a mess when I'm doing work, model work. I don't know why it is. I guess that's just me. Some of you I know can keep your workshop pretty clean, but I am not that way. I clean it up and then shoot, I start working on something else and it just gets messy again. So okay, so this is the engines. You can see there, well, part of the, it ain't the engines, but it's part of the engines. So yeah, there's the propellers, and then that's the back, the thruster, I guess, some kind of thruster, and there's the front band right there. And so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of those, since I've got 2 planes. And then here is my landing gear, or part of the landing gear, which I painted silver also. So that is that. So that is what I'm doing right now. So I guess what I'm going to probably do is start doing the interior work and getting that together, and then we will go from there. Here is the cockpit and the radio area, the cruise quarters, I guess you call it. And I think it turned out pretty good, but this is the cleanest one, I believe. So I think this is the one I'm going to use. Of course, I'll have to use this one because of that big old hole right there, but that is the one that's going to be able to be seen. The one that I ain't going to paint. Okay, so I am going to start to put the seats on this thing. I'm going to start with the brown ones, the ones that goes in the president's area, which is in this little area right here, and then we will get to the seats back here just a bit, but I'm going to get these first. And if you look on these seats, these little chairs, you will see where it has some that brown paint taken off. You know, I had to do that because when it was attached to the tree, like right here. So once it's on, once the thing is on, I'll be able to be able to paint it. So that's no worries with that. I'm just gonna kind of just go with it, and I am going to use this Tamiya Limonene cement to do this with. So let's get started. Okay, y'all, I got all the seats on this first one. Now I gotta go in here and do the second one, and we're gonna show it all over again. Just kidding, we're not gonna show it again, I promise you. I'm not gonna bore you with doing this all over again, what I did here. No way, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna wrap this video up now, and I think that we will quit, and then I will go ahead and I will put these on, and then by the next video, both of these should be just about duplicate, and then I should be able to go to the next level, and that is putting on the bulkheads and whatnot. Well, alrighty, I believe that's going to do it for this first part on this build. It's going to be a nice one. A lot of stuff I got to do, and you know that double build can kill you sometimes. Well, not kill you, but it can put some stress on you, and kind of almost can make it, for me, sometimes feel kind of monotonous, get a little monotonous. So, you know, just kind of have to take it slow and easy, and just, you know, go slow pace, which is what I'm doing to get this done. But at the end of this build, I'm going to share with you an interesting little confession about this kit. I don't want to tell you right now. I want to get it done and show you what the end result looks like before I tell you. But I think you will find it probably pretty fascinating. So okay, so until the next build, I guess, which will be next week, or maybe the next following week, I will be doing part 2 of this plane, and we will see what we can get done with it. So hope you enjoyed the build. So please feel free to like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed these videos, please let me know. Please send me some feedback, because I love to get comments. As I keep telling you, I love to get comments. So okay, until the next build, or until the next part, I will see you then. So until then, stay safe, take care, and keep modeling.